Hello everybody, it's Math.random community. We didn't do streams for a long while, but today we are going to start our new season of our streams and start with Ad-hock stream about ban, about release of the ban tool. And today we are going to talk with Andrii Kucherenko and from EPAM and Andrii Kucherenko, it's me from EPAM as well.
Maybe I should have introduced you. Like usually when there are like two hosts, one is introducing the other. You made the pause, but I wasn't quick enough to catch it. But yeah, and with me we're having Andrii Kucherenko.
Hello. So let's start discussion about ban tool. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, or going to touch something related to the tool, feel free to write in the chat or open our Telegram chat and write questions in the Telegram chat. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube as well. So, what we know about ban? Ban, it's like it's tool for run JavaScript, run TypeScript, manage packages, run tests. It should be super fast. What else? What do you know about ban?
I remember when I first heard about ban. Usually, like when you hear about such new technologies, they're like 0 point something version, and then I don't remember how much later there began this new meme. Like previously, like everyone knows the meme, like everyone is creating web frameworks. Like when you create a startup, previously you had to create a to-do app. Now when you create a startup, you have to create a web framework. Like as an interview process, you have to create a new one. Now it's one level higher. You have to create a runtime. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we can see on the ban's side, we have graphs, and it should be extremely fast and faster than Deno or Node.js. Let's try what it can do.
Again, as a like how it's so much better than Node.js. It's basically Node.js is based on the Chrome V8 engine, and the Bun team they decided, okay, let's just take the Safari. I don't remember the name of the engine, but basically the engine from Apple, and create some long name and creates a environment. But again, this is not just an environment. This is like much more. They decided, okay, it's not good enough to just create an environment. It's not good enough to just have a package manager, which I assume they made up the name of. So bundle, like bun. So that wasn't enough. So they added as much of useful features as they could. And I'm interested if, like, how it end up. What's the end result? Is it something like they just kept piling on and they just have, I don't know, bells and whistles? Or is it something that kind of works together well and it adds more? Basically like synergy. It's more than just the sum of its parts. That's the question from my side.
So I suggest to install it and try different cases. I have a pretty clear environment. I didn't install ban before, and let me do
great
that.
Preparation.
Yeah.
And dedication.
I'm going to install it with Homebrew.
That's interesting. Why did you choose Homebrew? Because I just went to the
I
ban.
used to use it in macOS for installing
Yeah, same
different
here. But I
packages.
mean, I was lazy. I just went to the ban homepage and I
And
copied and
use
pasted
the
the
URL.
biggest part. I mean, that's, I don't know what it says about me, but previously I was like very paranoid about running, and you shouldn't run anything from the web, even if it's like something relatively well known as ban. You should always check what you're running, because I'm aware in that script there can be anything. But I mean, I just copied it and pasted, and I think less than a minute, I think maybe like 10 15 seconds it was
It was
installed on
really
my side.
fast. Yeah, and what we can do that we can init new project or
Let's start the snippet that I actually sent you. Let's try ban x cow say hello Math.random.
okay.
That's the coolest part. And basically what ban x is doing, it's the same as npx. I almost said npmx. Is it checks for the package, it downloads it, and it executes it, but it downloads it to like some shared folder.
It was fast. Let's try
Yeah,
to do the same with npmx.
Oh, I should prepare my timer. Okay, that was fast as well. Okay, ban 0 npmx 1. npmx is
What
ahead.
is the problem? I have no
Oh, just npx.
npx.
Yeah.
Strange.
No, I don't have. Oh, you
npmx.
had npmx again. Yeah. Made the same. I made the mistake of saying npmx, and now it just caught on. We should create npmx package manager as soon as the stream ends
Yeah,
to capitalize on the
it
recognition.
should be popular.
Okay. 5 seconds. I mean, it's not slow. I think it's actually faster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks like.
a bit. Okay.
So let's init a new project with ban, or we can try to run something.
Yeah, if you have some project on GitHub in mind, we can use banx degit, degit. Again, a cool tool to just, well, not clone, but copy the repo. That should be interesting. Oh, you have the ChatGPT, and we have everyone.
It's Copilot.
Those were the suggestions that you saw from ChatGPT. Those were all paid collaborations by the people that ChatGPT had suggested. Feel free to follow them on social media as well.
It looks fast as well. So what about TypeScript?
I think Node should run this like empty hello world file the same speed. I mean, Cowsay kind of feels a bit faster, but not really. Angular 2. I'm trying to read all of the Angular 2, all of the suggestions.
Fast
it was
as
a bit
well.
slower. Well, the thing is, like, that we can notice is actually what you didn't do. You didn't install you didn't do any configuration. You didn't install some TS node or something. You didn't do nothing. Basically, as promised out of the box. That's cool.
Ban init make a lot of interesting files.
Bunlock. I wonder what bunlock has inside.
Bunlock, it's like yarn lock or npm log JSON.
That makes sense.
But it should be open like text, for example. Oh no, it's a
Well,
bit
yeah,
different.
maybe it's just some coding stuff.
So do we have TypeScript config here?
What do you mean?
So I can run TypeScript, but I didn't find configuration of TypeScript. It looks like this.
That's a good question. I mean, how does it handle TypeScript? Does it have like TypeScript compiler or I'll try to use my Googling skills in the meantime to figure out how it does TypeScript.
Let's install some packages.
Oh, I mean, the absence of TypeScript configuration is actually, again, a selling point. You don't need it. So that's kind of the point, but I'm interested. Well, the docs say that Bun internally transpiles it into JavaScript, then executes the file. So they're using the official TSC TypeScript CLI. So yeah, I assume, yeah, and actually it says it right here. You can just create this tsconfig.json and it will be fine. And then like add your specific stuff.
A lot of duplication inside node models.
What do you mean by duplication?
I'm just started JSCPD a couple of seconds ago and made a report about copy-pasted code. Okay, what we are going to do next? I'm already installed package. Let's check. Yeah, we have this package here, and we have TypeScript as peer dependency. We have bun types.
And that comes from the box when you did bun init, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's JSCPD?
It's copy-paste detector.
Oh, so that one was installed by you. Do you know who made it?
Let's Google or ask ChatGPT. So let's try to run something else. Install bun. We already made it. Oh, you can use completion for interesting.
What do you mean? Completion.
I think we can integrate bun tool with.
Nice. Huh. That's one theme that I like about Bun, and again, this could be said about any technology, dev-oriented or consumer-oriented, is how much attention to detail goes into the creation of any of such projects. And here,
Yeah,
from what I see,
I
they
think
did a good job.
it's about it's about development experience, and we will talk in 2 weeks with Nikita Galkin about development experience. Probably it's a good example how development experience can help to popularize the tool and make it interesting for development.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I'm wondering like how, like thinking high level, like as an architect, as an architect, I'm thinking about like high level picture. So one releases a new tool, like obviously there's going to be some rush of developers to this tool. The question is for which term, short term or long term, and we'll discuss more on this topic later. But my question is the connection between this initial rush and let's imagine like, I don't know, 10K developers go download Bun. They will be excited to do something. They'll like it, 5% more than Node.js, 10% more, regardless. But my point here is that there will be some non-negligible developer productivity increase. And the question is how much of a global wide economy impact will this have?
So name of the bun one letter less than the name of the node, and you tap on the symbol less every time, and you're going to run something. Let's try to run a simple web server on the bun.
Oh yeah, this is the coolest part. Like you're going to create you're not going to type everything from scratch, but you're going to copy paste from scratch. And this is another part that I really like. In Node.js, I've like had to create a bunch of servers, and each time I just go to the docs. I try to find how to do it. I look for it. Then I go to not to the Node.js docs, to some other resource, and I try to find the code, and then still there are so many options. I have no idea which to choose. But with Bun, it's just, go ahead. Bun serve, port, fetch. You got it. It's done.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay, well, it's installing. So, Andrii, what do you think? How much of an macroeconomic impact will Bun have? Will there be lots of pet projects made?
So I think if Bun will be a part of a big PaaS or SaaS services, if we can run, for example, Lambda functions in Bun environment, it can be interesting and it can be popular. For now, I think they made really great things, make a really cool development experience, fast and simple tool to run, to bundle, to run tests, and it can help to become a great tool and get a part of the market for running JavaScript and TypeScript. In general, I like it. It's really small, fast, and interesting too.
Yeah,
But of course,
that's
I'm
great.
not ready to I'm not ready to move my projects to Bun.
Well, that's like another question. What do you mean by move projects to Bun? Because right now you installed Bun and you can
Yeah,
just use
I
Bun
can run.
instead of Node, and all of
Understand your
those projects
question.
should be
I
fast.
can run JavaScript code and TypeScript code with Bun, but if I'm going to use whole ecosystem of the Bun, I should make something like
Yep.
from something like that. And it's not only about tests. I should use file system
Node
from
cannot
ban
handle
envelope.
that. So if you try to do this,
And
execute it in Node,
in
you'll fail.
this case, I'm not going to move my regular Node.js imports to ban.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that ban it's really stable and really works as specified by JavaScript language, for example.
Well,
I
they have
had
the version 1.0. That means they're stable.
I've seen a couple of issues related to different behavior, difference between specification and how ban works.
Really?
And yeah, that's why I'm not ready to move everything what I have written on
Do you have
JavaScript.
the
Link?
specific examples in mind?
I
Maybe we can try
I
them.
will try to find it. It was in Twitter. I have no it right now, but I will do the search and attach it to our video in comments. By the way, as I remember, ban should have a really fast testing environment and test. Let's make a test. And I like my IDE, and I like when my IDE write imports without me. And for now, I can do that for ban, as I can see.
Yeah, that's true. ChatGPT hasn't. That's another interesting question. When will ChatGPT or like GitHub Copilot, whatever, will catch up with the latest syntax and start adding the ban stuff?
Of course, ChatGPT don't know about actual ban.
Well,
It was released a couple of days ago.
For the Copilot, they surely at least plan to update it with the latest code snippets. And at GitHub, they surely do have the access to the latest
Let's
code.
check in next releases. Ban tests.
There was a typo.
Ban tests. Ban file. Okay, where is it? What is the problem? I forgot about.
Missing, round bracket.
Excellent. And
that was pretty fast. Well, that was 0.05 milliseconds.
7 milliseconds.
Wow. No, I mean the test itself. Like you can check.
Probably,
the whole run is 7, but the test. Okay.
Probably they can write.
Can you run the same with Node?
With Node, no, I can't run a package from one ecosystem.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. You can just substitute ban test with jest, or was it what you're planning to do?
Jest and main test syntax and error.
Yeah, Jest doesn't support this approach. Huh.
So 1 millisecond, but overall time it's much bigger than.
Yeah. It's like.
By the way, if I use just one, it continue works.
Huh. That's weird. 0.0. Can you fail a test just to make sure it... Well, I mean, it should.
Yeah.
Huh, but that's slower.
Will...
Maybe they have like some pre-compiled stuff for this scenario.
So let's try to compare performance of web server. I'm going to make one more server
let's go back.
for Node. But what is the simplest way to make?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I've did it like a number of times and I still have no idea how to do it.
Okay, let me Google.
Maybe Copilot will help.
I think we should use HTTP model from Node environment and run it.
Node HTTP server.
It should be like that.
I mean, looking at the code, it does look pretty similar to the bun stuff.
Let's try.
All right. Now this all import part. Another note regarding bun is that they decided they will handle everything, like imports require you can bundle it all in one single file and they'll handle it regardless. That's cool.
Yeah. So for now we have two servers, one written on JavaScript and run on Node, and second one on bun. I'm going to start A/B testing. A/B, okay. A/B concurrency. It's bun. What is the problem?
Okay. 7 milliseconds. Not accessible. Is it running?
Looks like our we have a different host name.
That's weird. Huh. 9 milliseconds. Well, not that much of a difference, but still there is a difference.
A little bit. Let's try to make much bigger requests.
What? Did you crash the node server?
No.
No. I love how the copyright for this tool is since 1996.
It's a really old one.
Oh wow, that was just the first batch. So how many you have? 100,000. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the future of Ban. While we wait, what do you see? Like we touched upon this topic a bit previously, but what do you see where all of this is headed?
So in general, I think it's a positive thing, hype around the ban, and if the developers will utilize it and make something like clear roadmap, it can be uh, interesting and useful. So let's try to do the same with ban. To be honest, it's not really cool thing to test localhost from localhost. But anyway, we are going to just make a lot of runs of our code.
This is all due to the current top cloud platforms lacking the native Ban support. I mean, yeah, we could deploy it like in Docker container or on bare metal and stuff, but it's not our fault. But
Yeah,
on a serious note, yeah, I would expect that the widespread adoption would, like the first stage, as I mentioned several times, would be just everyone downloading Ban and using it instead of Node without changes to their local config files or code. Then the next stage is some new projects would maybe, well, mostly pet projects would use Ban, and then maybe half a year later, if it all goes smooth, if nothing like huge catastrophe regarding the ban happens, then we'll see issues being created and we'll see pull requests being created, move to ban, replace npm with ban, replace node with ban, and stuff like that. And somewhere along that timeline, I don't know, half a month, maybe 3 months, 2 months, if someone is pretty fast from the cloud providers, we'll have native ban. And by native ban, I mean like cloud functions with ban and stuff like that. That the ones that you mentioned, SAS and PAS and stuff, where they offer it instead of you
yeah.
just having to set up manually in Docker or bare bones and stuff like that.
So under the A/B testing, not A/B testing, but Apache benchmark testing, we can see that not more stable, not handle more requests before crash, and not
That would make
not
sense, I guess.
yeah, and not make made faster requests.
Really?
Yeah.
So
So
3001 is ban and
yeah, it's ban, and
3002.
we have
20 seconds total. Okay, and 2 milliseconds per request. That's ban. Okay, and let's check the node.
This one, it's
This is
no, it's ban as
3001.
well. Let's run again.
Maybe you should switch to another tab so that it would be clear which one is which. I was actually thinking that you have like node running in a separate tab. 10K. This one was fast.
And what we have for a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm. But not by a lot.
Interesting. That's it. That is why I'm not going to use ban for production. Probably it can be unpredictable for some cases. But anyway, for pet projects, for some not important thing, I think it would be great to use it for POC, for example. Why not? So
Yeah, I think everyone is waiting for like first. How do you call it? The people who try something first, and then once I don't know someone goes public and says, "Oh yeah, we've been using Bun in production like since day one or since months one for like half a year, and everything has been stable," then I think we can
so
all
probably
switch confidently.
let's try to make something else. I can see we have people who looking for something interesting. Feel free to write some cases what we can run right now on Bun, and we can try to do
Yeah,
that.
what would you like to see? By the way, in the meantime, I found the name of the Apple uh, Apple's
GS,
engine, JavaScript core. Yeah,
yeah,
hard
GSC, yeah.
hard name. I
This
couldn't have
is
remembered it. Also, I wonder who's back in Ban.
who is the
Which
author of the Bun?
yeah, no, I mean who is back in like because I can see they are hiring. They have an uh, job posting on their website, so they are a company.
Good.
What's the company's agenda? What are they doing?
Where is it?
It's on the bottom of their page. Yeah, we are hiring the very bottom,
Okay.
the bottommost link. Let's see how are they looking. They are hiring someone who knows Zig, which is cool new, well, relatively new low-level programming language, which is cool. I respect that.
Did you try it?
Nope. I mean, I respect that the Bun team has used a low-level programming language to make things faster.
Can we use? We have a question. So in Bun, could we use JSX instead of handlebars for SSR? As I know, we can run code like React code.
That's a good question. I haven't seen anything regarding the. I mean, I don't necessarily remember. Yeah. Bun supports JSX and
Yeah,
TSX out of the box. Huh. That's interesting. I have no idea regarding the
let's
handlebars.
start this one example. could be TS6. Yeah. By the way, I don't like integration of the ban with my IDE. I used to use Storm, but it looks like it doesn't work. Looks like I should install. I should install React and React JS6.
Well, yeah, I think. I mean, ban will convert using an internal transpiler, convert the JS6 into the vanilla JavaScript, but they will use this pragma thing, and the pragma is usually provided by React or Preact or any other stuff. We can try the watch mode, which is cool, and again it comes out of the box. But yeah, for that I think we definitely need some React or anything. While we're installing, there is another question from a fellow Andrii. And Andrii. Andrei's question is that the 1.0.0 version was released 5 days ago. Is it stable enough to use it right away? Well, as we previously discussed, we have no idea. And like, how do you know if it's stable until someone uses it for several months under heavy load in production? Until someone does it, no one can verify for sure. Because even, like, of course, we can do stress tests and synthetic operation, but again, until it's in real production for some time, I wouldn't necessarily rely on it. Again, as an architect, probably I might suggest it to use on some non-critical, maybe not so production piece of code, depending on all the other contexts. So I wouldn't necessarily straight out of the box reject it. And I do it because it has a lot of benefits. All of those that we have mentioned previously with Andrii.
First of all, it's pretty cool tool, and let's be innovators who try something new and find benefits. So regarding SSR, I think we can do that. We run code, React code. I think we can run React environment on the server as well. It's not a problem. We can do that in Node.js as well, by the way. Why it's no name?
Which one?
I'm trying to run code written on the screen, but in console I've got no name.
Can you do it? Can you run a TS6 using ban? I would actually expect an error, but that's interesting.
No. What is the problem?
Yep. I mean, shouldn't you run the ban run dev or something to run it as a server.
Dev? What do you mean? I
Well,
should
if you
point.
don't have any scripts in package.json, I don't think it will run.
I have packages. I'm already
Yeah, but
added.
there's no scripts. I mean, the scripts part.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
But I can run with Bon. I can run JavaScript or TypeScript.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what would be the outcome of running the TSX file. We can try ban init React. I think that might work, and it will just initialize a new repo with everything.
New repo?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Okay, let's here we have TS config. Here is GS config.
Already, it's not stable. Maybe we should go with some modern frameworks like Solid.js.
Are you going to run a front-end framework in Ban environment?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah, but if we are going to do that, we should have something like GS DOM or something like that to simulate browser environment. If we're going to make a really pure test. Ban
Yeah,
next,
or we could
ban
just
next.
use the browser.
So we have a question from Prosto Jenya. Ban next. Would it be better than current solution? Probably. Let's try to run
Ban plus next and next plus RC. That's a good question. I don't have a lot of experience with next or next, but we can try.
I like Next, for example. Third version, it's pretty interesting thing. But it's for Vue lovers.
Oh.
Okay. Looks like we can run Next application, but ban, of course.
That's interesting.
So to be honest, I think we can't answer for this question. What it would be better. For now, I think we should test and try.
And coming back to Andrei's question and coming back to the general direction like of this stream, And the general question, like, should we use ban? Personally, and yeah, I think Andrii, you'll agree with me. We'll start using it locally for local development, both in like production code and pet projects. It should work, and then we'll wait for someone to use it in production and have some experience to share, or again some cloud adoption of this bundle toolkit, as they call it, all-in-one JavaScript toolkit.
So we have next application here. We have development tools.
Oh, if we have the time, we should definitely try the file reading part. That's one thing that got me excited. Like, that part is definitely easier than Node.
What we're going to achieve with file reading?
Show how easy it's done compared to Node. It's just
From
one
development
file. Yeah, from the code perspective.
Okay.
And they promise they read it up to 10 times faster, but we definitely don't have time to test that. And write 3 times faster. It's interesting how in like almost under every feature they have like a note. Okay, ban does this feature faster for this like number of times.
How to read file?
Yeah, like any file. But you should save it because it doesn't actually read the file, and then on that file to get the contents, you just await file.text, for example, if you want a string, or you can do file.json, file.blob, file.arraybuffer. Yeah, and this is a method, and you should await it because it's async.
Await text or await
the text. The ban file, I think, is synchronous
as well.
No, I think it's fine with ban file. Ban file runs synchronously. And the await part. Oh, it reads itself.
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's pretty cool thing. I like that await. I can write in the without anonymous function, and it's pretty cool.
I thought that Node actually now can do it as well, no? But yeah, that's
Probably,
a bummer in Node when you discover it. No top level await.
It looks fast. So
You should create a contest for who will create the shortest self-reading ban JavaScript script.
Yeah, we can do it. Okay, what we can try else?
Right, we ran the tests, we touched the file system. I think that's it. We can say our like closing lines. what we think, or maybe reiterate the closing lines, because we mentioned several times we both are excited. We're going to use it and wait for it to be used in production. I think we didn't touch the WebSockets, which are also like interesting.
But anyway, if we run sockets, we should make a client to read the sockets. Just start server.
Well, obviously, we can also do that in Bun as well.
yeah.
Socket server and socket client.
By the way, I like database wrapper for.
Oh, the SQLite. That's nice.
I hope yes, but it looks pretty clear and pretty small and fast. Let's.
By the way, while you're searching, actually, I thought, and I told you like before the stream, that Bun has full like feature parity with Node.js, but I see that they don't have everything implemented on their Node.js compatibility thing. And you mentioned that you read somewhere that Bun doesn't actually adhere to JavaScript spec, which is weird. I mean, but I would expect that might just be something they get from the JavaScript core engine.
So let's try to run database. I didn't install anything related to database, and it would be great if one can read it and use database without any additional drivers. Probably I should.
Should console log something. And it's all synchronous as well. Well, that would make sense. Why not? If it's all in memory.
By the way, I think from development experience, if I'm going to console log something like promises, it should wait before promises resolve.
No, it shouldn't wait, because you should see that you have console logged the promise, and that's the proper way how it's. Yeah, this is the proper way.
For database, it looks pretty cool, and
oh yeah, actually that's just boilerplate code. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but yeah, it's cool.
So I think it's an interesting tool. Let's keep in touch it, and probably we will move something to Bun. And if anybody will have any experience related to moving to Bun, feel free to ping me, and we will create an additional stream and talk about it. So I think that's it for today. Or what do you think, Andrii?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a good enough start for a new season.
Yeah, that's it for today, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube and in Telegram. Also on our site, you can see our next events. In 2 weeks, we will talk with Nikita Galkin about development experience. Probably we will touch Bun as well. Also, probably in 3 weeks we will talk with Timur Shasmindinov, and it can be interesting discussion as well. And after that, we are waiting for Andrii with a long story about modern web frameworks.
Yeah, it will be quite short and relatively modern.
Okay, thank
I'm
you,
going to talk
everybody.
about Solid, and Solid is like, I don't know, 8 years or something already.
Solid
And
principles.
AstroJS and Quick. No, SolidJS, AstroJS, and Quick. 3 relatively modern frameworks that I'm going to talk about in October. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Andrii. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to you as well. Thanks for having me. See you. Ciao.